making noise. What are you doing?
Well, I'm working on some panels for some doors I built.
Would that have anything to do with that demo that we did a couple of weeks ago?
It is, yeah. We did a demo on how to build doors. You did stub, tenon, and groove.
Yep.
And I showed everybody how to make doors with the beadlock system, which is a loose tenon system.
Right.
Which is pretty neat because all you need is a drill and the beadlock jig.
Yep.
And a few tenons.
There you go.
There you go.
So what are you doing here then, right now?
Well, unlike your technique, you know, where you're doing stub, tenon, and groove, and
right.
you've got that groove all the way around. Well, when you do something with loose tenon, you don't have a groove in the middle for that panel. So you have to route a rabbet around the back side, and then the panel lays in place. And of course, since you're routing that rabbet, it leaves these darn rounded corners.
Right. And you didn't want to chisel it.
Yeah, I really don't want to
I don't blame you.
chisel all that stuff.
Yep.
That just isn't any fun. And so what else isn't any fun is marking all these corners and then sanding these to fit, especially if you've got a ton of doors to do.
Right, which is more likely what I would do. But how did you do it?
Well, I got tired of that.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed for me.
I hear you. I'm with you.
So I made a little jig. It has a radius on the corner that matches the radius on the rabbeting bit. And then I'm using a flush trim bit. And I just set this up on the corner. I got a couple of little cleats here that I 5-minute epoxied on. And then I can just come in with the flush trim bit, route those. And then boom, I got a perfect panel with all those corners routed.
Well, that's cool. But how did you know that radius?
Well, funny you ask, because you know I used to be a draftsman by trade.
Yes.
So I've got circle templates, but not here.
But you didn't have them in the shop, did you?
So I had to figure out, well, how am I going to mark that radius? And of course, the rabbeting bit is a 1 1/4 inch bit, so the radius is 5/8.
Right.
So it was kind of an odd radius to start with. So I thought at first I'd just, take this and put that on there. It's just a Forstner bit and just mark that, but that didn't work very well.
I can imagine it wouldn't.
So a light bulb went off, and I thought, well, why not just take this to the drill press, drill a hole. Now I got the perfect radius.
There you go.
You just set it up there and mark it, and then boom. Now all I got to do is sand this.
Right.
And I just take that over to this little strip sander, take my time sanding that, make sure that it's pretty close. And as long as it's close, I've got a panel that really fits in there. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm happy with that.
But I would have supposed that it helps to have a jig when you got more than one panel to do, hey?
Yeah, and you're usually doing,
You bet.
if you're making doors, you're making doors.
Yeah, yeah.
So great way to put those radius on those corners of the panel. But I did have to make the jig. So like I said, I went over and sanded that corner, but also had to glue these little blocks on. And I put that PSA sandpaper on there.
Give it a little stick, huh?
Give it a little stick, that way it doesn't move around on me. But I glued those on with 5-minute epoxy. You know how I am. I love 5-minute
I know about you and
epoxy.
5-minute epoxy.
You can mix it up, put a little dab on there. You don't even have to clamp it. 10 minutes later,
nice.
You're routing.
It is.
Yeah, no wood glue or anything, so no clamps. But I discovered a new 5-minute epoxy that I really like.
Yeah?
It's this Starbond 5-minute epoxy kit. And like most epoxy kits, it comes with 2 parts, the resin and the hardener. But the thing I really like is that it also comes with this tray. And this is a non-stick tray. Squirt your 2 parts into one of these. Comes with this little silicone paddle and spoon. You can mix that up, put a little dab on your piece, glue it in place, and you're ready to go. I don't put excess glue on there because I don't want any squeeze out.
Right.
It really doesn't take a lot of glue to glue those on. You can just put those right up there, walk away from it.
And there was no clamping involved then,
No
eh?
clamping, nope. And then when this dries, you can just pop that out, and it cleans off of this as well.
Well, it's pretty
Take
cool.
a little candy bar break,
Yeah.
and in your case, Pepsi break, right?
Pepsi. You can never have
And-
enough Pepsi.
That's right. Or candy bars.
That's true. That's true.
Keeps you going.
It does. I like my chocolate out in the shop.
One other thing that was kind of nice about this kit, Dennis, was they have the ounces on the bottle itself.
Oh, so you can actually do a
Yeah.
pretty accurate measure
Yeah.
on the 1-to-1, can't you?
Yeah, that way you can get it pretty close and kind of not get off track on those two parts.
That's
So,
kind of a big bonus. I tend to just
Yeah.
squeeze and
yeah.
you try to make one blob look like the other blob and hope you...
Mix the blob and hope the blob's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, it was a good way to make a little jig, and you know the nice thing is if you got a different radius, you know, or if you've got a different project with like a 3-inch radius, you can just make yourself a little jig
Oh, yeah.
and flush trim that stuff. Perfect. So
You get major kudos for coming up with that. It seems like such an obvious thing, but it's only obvious after you've seen it.
I can't believe I even thought of it.
I know.
But I was in desperation mode. I mean, I was looking everywhere in the shop.
I know.
What's a 5/8 inch radius?
I know.
And I'm here to tell you there's nothing in the shop that's a 5/8 inch radius.
So anyway, you get kudos for that.
Yeah, well,
So,
thanks. Yep. Well, just like every woodworking project we do here at the store, there's always a solution to making it better.
And it's always a learning experience.
Yep.
So if you want to see what we did on the frame and panel doors, just click on the link below and it'll take you to the live demo that we did, I don't know, a few weeks ago here in the store. So a lot of good information in there. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, there is. Dennis does some great things in there too.
Oh,
you don't
had-
want to miss it.
Had to bring that up, didn't he? Dennis screwed up, so you get to see that.
But he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
So if for anything, you got to watch it just for that. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in to eNotes. Make sure and sign up for eNotes if you're not a subscriber. Just click on the link below and you'll get weekly eNotes delivered to you every week. Promise. Right?
Promise.
See you next time.